talked about how a lot of this responsibility resides in Salem with priorities and funding. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Shouldn't you be discussing what it is you're doing?
We're making able skewers in a new improved non-stick pan that I got for Christmas from our dear friend Becky. This is our test run. First time we've used it. We're going to put some Marionberry jam in here. You don't need very much. They call for about a half teaspoon. It doesn't seem like much, but we'll see.
I met with, yes, is the short answer, and a strong advocate, and an advocate for how the problems that we face and the concentration of challenges that we face on this issue are different and more magnified than a lot of other places in the state. And we need extra help. You know, the city of Portland and Multnomah County, on our own, we spend more general fund, basic dollars on these kinds of services, in the city's case, well outside our core mission, because we're trying to do what we can to prevent the streets from being worse.
Now we just top this with a little more batter.
I really like a lot of
yum.
incoming Governor John Kitzhoffer is talking about, and the need to look at the budget.
Just so we're at the bottom of the rim
And I'm going to be a strong advocate. I know that Multnomah County
of the well.
Jeff Kogan is as well.
On a related issue, Club 915, that was the scene of one of the shootings on New Year's Day. You mentioned about the bouncer that was murdered. Late in the week, on Friday, the OLCC pulled the liquor license there at the urging of the police bureau. Were you involved in that decision?
Well, the decisions are based on the merit of the track record of Club 915.
Okay, now let's give these a few minutes. We'll flip them over, cook the other side, and then we're ready to eat. I've seen this done with crochet needles before, on TV of course. I don't know where my crochet needles are, so we're going to use forks.
Need to, in the daily work, we need to review these kinds of clubs more often to make sure that...
Wade is my cameraman today. Maybe you'd like to get your picture in there, Wade?
No.
You wouldn't?
We've got some great club owners out there that do a fantastic job of management.
Do a little test here. We want the top to be bubbling, just like in a pancake. You don't want to turn them too soon, or you're going to have a mess. Of course, you don't want them to burn. You just want these on a medium heat or a medium-low heat, but make sure your pan is well heated through before you start these.
How did you feel when you found out about that plot?
Well, of course, I think like a lot of Portlanders, the concern, alarmed.
Our center one seems to be the hottest.
I felt confident that the work
I guess that makes some sense.
with the assistance of the Portland Police Bureau, that we were never actually at risk of being harmed, and that they were going through the process.
That appears to be ready to turn.
The threat was real, but the bomb was fake.
There was a call right after by Dan Felsman for the city to consider
I said this is a trial run.
which the city pulled out of 4 or 5 years ago.
I can see where knitting needles might, or crochet needles might be the answer here.
That's right. I mean, as soon after the threat was publicized, I talked about the need to revisit.
Let these others go just a little bit longer before we attempt it.
The decision to just rejoin JTF right away. I think Portlanders take our collective security, our collective safety.
There's chopsticks in there.
Very seriously.
I beg your pardon?
There's chopsticks in there.
To be an open city.
Chopsticks may
And
work.
so I think that, most Portlanders wanted the debate, wanted the discussion, wanted the review. It should be based a lot on the facts, and that's what we're doing. It's a 45-day review, and it was supported by and encouraged by all the key stakeholders involved.
These may turn out to be more trouble than they're worth, but maybe not.
There's a lot of passion on rejoin JTPF. There's a lot of passion on, don't rejoin JTPF. What I want to get to, what I want to, put together with that passion is facts. And right now, I would say that they probably, just in the categorically lean against joining the ATPF, but I want the city informed. I want, your industry informed by the facts. And let's get the facts. Let's have a good, healthy, adult-like debate and figure out what's in the best interest.
I'm thinking my next attempt,
And keeping us safe now and in the future against terrorism.
they may turn out to look a little nicer.
You'll have to, I wish I could.
Although they don't look bad.
January 13th, I believe. I'm not exactly sure where, so check the website. When will you decide whether to be going to the ATPF?
See, that one's leaking. Gonna make a mess in that one well. Once you get them flipped, then you can, they're not quite done on the other side, you can brown them off a little bit more. Oh. Not what I had in mind. And there we have my first attempt at able skeevers. Thank you for joining us today. You can start now. Now we're at our second attempt at our able skeevers, and I have discovered that these barbecue skewers are a little more effective than a fork, not quite as messy. Like I say, not quite as messy as I eat my words. Now, believe it or not, the last time I did this, this is my third pan of these. The second pan flipped over absolutely perfectly. Of course, we weren't filming that one. That's a little better. That's probably about the right color. Not that you can tell what color it is before you start to flip, so it's actually a time thing, 3 to 4 minutes. I turned my pan down to a medium low from medium, which allows the first side to cook a little bit longer, develop some color, and they're a little easier to flip over that way. There you have it. A couple minutes on that side, and we're finished. Now you can turn it off and start. Our able skeevers, excuse me, are ready to come out of the pan. Now you just take them out with a spoon, anything you have handy. They come right out. These new non-stick pans seem to really be the trick. I had an old cast iron one that I used one time and gave it away. I had such a sticky mess on my hands and decided I would never ever make another one of these until, like as I said, our good friend Becky gave me this pan for Christmas, and what a difference it makes. Let's put a little powdered sugar on these for looks and a little added sweetness. There you have it. Able skeevers. Thank you. Happy New Year.